It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Newell. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy who's bringing you guys all the weekly interviews and recaps from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here, right? Guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell because you guys don't want to miss anything we have coming up. And yeah, with that being said, I say let's jump right into it. So guys, I know that we are so up in the air on what to expect from the upcoming season of The Real Housewives of New York City. Last season was absolutely an explosive one. And I mean, we had a new cast member. We had a former cast member leave mid-season in order to chase love back to Chicago with Scott. That was Tinsley Mortimer. We had Dorinda flying off the hinge, but was she really any more than any other housewife? And then we had Leah McSweeney come in hot. And when I say hot, I'm talking about her outfits, her attitude, her personality, and the way that she portrayed herself. Leah McSweeney came in hot. Going on to this next season, I feel like everyone was absolutely stunned. We weren't expecting the fact that we were going to lose one of our favorite housewives of The Real Housewives of New York. Now, mind you, a season ago, well, before last season, we lost Bethany Frankel. Bethany Frankel feels like a staple to the Real Housewives of New York City franchise, only because she came in, she has always unapologetically been herself. She has always been trying to pursue a different business or an avenue to make money, and she did it. She sold part of her company for $100 million. Tell me if that's not a success story, what is? Now, not only did she have an amazing, brilliant business idea, model, and make a ton of money, she also came in deciding who she was going to be and how she wanted to portray herself. And she decided, I am going to be who I am. I am Bethany Frankel. If I'm going to laugh, I'm going to laugh hard. If I'm going to cry, I'm going to cry hard. If I'm going to scream, I am going to scream hard. And that's one of the things that we all fell in love with. Now, mind you, I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, we didn't fall in love with Bethany Frankel. We find her to be annoying. Thank God she's off our screens. We don't want her back. I get it. You are the 10% who does not want her back. I understand that. There is going to be that percentage. Not everyone's going to agree. And I think that's a great reason why we have this platform and why we share our ideas and opinions on these different franchises. Me personally, I would love to see her come back because I didn't really love the season without her. I also thought Bethany Frankel would have done amazing with Leah McSweeney, and I love the way that she gets on with Dorinda Medley. I also love the kind of competitiveness that Ramona Singer and Bethany Frankel have back and forth. I mean, there's so many different dynamics and variations to this show when you have a powerhouse like Bethany Frankel involved that once you take her out, it's like, okay, what are we doing? Mind you, they did take her out and the show did still go on and it was okay. Leah McSweeney came in hot. Like I said, she was running around naked. She's throwing tiki torches. She is swinging from curtains, battling her sobriety, battling her mother bunny, really not leaving anything to the imagination. But that's what helped us forget a little bit about Miss Bethany Frankel. Now, Dorinda Medley was kind of not instrumental, but very helpful in helping Leah McSweeney get acclimated to the group and the girls because she immediately was like, listen, come in here, mi casa, su casa, join us. Any questions that you have, just please feel free to ask. And yeah, we'll go from there. But Dorinda Medley, even though she was kind of that, I don't want to say catalyst, but kind of a catalyst for Leah McSweeney this past season, she was donezo for the upcoming season. Nixed, zilch, gone, nada, nothing left. Not even asked to come back in a friend capacity. Dorinda Medley was removed from the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Now, I don't know if that affected anybody else the same way it affected me, but it made me upset. I'm like, this is one of my favorite cast members. Not only is she real, she's so unapologetically herself. She says it like it is. I mean, I can think of so many different iconic sayings. Clamp, clamp. Why don't you put an easy pass on that Holland Tunnel? What? I don't know if you guys remember when she said that to Luann, but she comes through and she has the one-liners that just, man, they make you feel this big. And again, that's nothing to really praise somebody on, but when you're watching them on a reality television on this public platform where the show is conflict and resolution, yeah, I think it's a little bit exciting and I love to watch it. So with that, I want to get into what Dorinda has to say about the upcoming season, why she's not going to be coming back, why she wasn't asked back, and if she would ever come back in the future. Not to mention in this latest interview that she did throw a little bit of shade at Luann de Lesseps and Ramona Singer, but we'll jump into that. Obviously, there's a lot more. Okay, guys, so Dorinda Medley ended up doing an interview as of recently, and she addressed this pause. Now, the pause is the fact that she ended up being removed from the Real Housewives of New Jersey, but she wasn't fired. She was just temporarily taken off. What is a pause? Now, it seems like we're not the only ones who are confused about what said pause is, because Dorinda herself didn't actually know. She was concerned, confused, and I think just trying to figure out, what does this mean? What is this next chapter for me if I'm not going to be a part of this franchise that has become so instrumental in my life? However, Dorinda came forward and said that this pause has been kind of therapeutic. It's been good. For the first time in a long time, she feels happy. She feels like she's been able to center herself, find herself, regain herself amidst all of the fame and everything that she's gained ever since she started the Real Housewives of New York franchise. She feels like she's been able to kind of humble herself and take it back down and realize, this is what makes me happy. This is not what makes me happy. This is where I'm going to live in my happy space, my head. This is what I'm going to avoid. And for her, I think that's so instrumental, especially for a personality that we're talking about that has the ability to just eviscerate somebody at the drop of a dime. I think we should probably keep this one personality a little bit happy. Dorinda also went on to answer in her interview saying that once in a while, it's important to stop, reset, rethink, and regroup because we get lost. I agree with her. Honestly, I think that's probably one of the smartest things that Dorinda Medley's ever said. Dorinda also added, we get lost in whatever this is. Housewives, fame, the city, wants, desires. And it's just been really nice to find out who Dorinda is again, finding her own self. Now, of course, so many people wanted to know, again, this pause that I just addressed when people were asking Dorinda Medley, what is a pause? What does that mean? Are you not coming back? Are you coming back? What does your future look like on the Real Housewives of New Jersey? And she admits that she was just as confused as the rest of us when it came to a pause. Not a real firing, but just a temporary let go. This is what Dorinda had to say. They called it a pause, so everyone was confused by that. I was confused. I was like, okay. Dorinda added, time will tell if she will return. Dorinda said, we are still not out of this phase and we have a long way to go. And that they still haven't even had their season yet, meaning the current season that they're filming has not even played out on air. Dorinda also added, a year in the Housewives world is like 10 years in anyone else's world, you know? To which she ended that with, things change very quickly. Now, mind you guys, if you watched the last season of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, a lot of people gave Dorinda Medley flack because they felt like the way that she treated Tinsley Mortimer was vicious, atrocious. Her behavior was unlike any other. But while she kind of agrees that she wasn't in the best state of mind at the time, she doesn't think that this was an appropriate call of action, this pause. You know, technically, Dorinda feels like there are a few other housewives who have way more deserved the pause than she would ever. And she is pointing fingers without actually naming names, I guess, so to speak. Let's jump into it. This is what she said. I think that they've allowed many of the other housewives the opportunity. I'm not being negative about it, but I think it's the glory of the housewives to rise and fall. She added that people love that process. And as a viewer, as a Bravo superfan, I can say, yeah, people really do love the conflict and resolution portion of the Real Housewives franchises, or any Bravo show technically, because it's not just Real Housewives, but Southern Charm, Vanderpump Rules, Below Deck. I mean, we could go on forever. Dorinda ended that statement with, I think the audience would have loved to have seen that, but it's fine. They made that choice, and maybe in some weird way, it's better that she didn't. It's better that she didn't come back and have that sort of resolve. I don't know. I'm actually curious what you guys think, because I think that it's more ridiculous that they didn't give her the opportunity in order to do that. I know that they brought on Bershawn and Ebony K. Williams and a few, well, not a few, but those two amazing women onto this franchise. But there are a few other housewives, a part of the Real Housewives of New York, that I would have thought that would have been fired way before Dorinda Medley. I mean, I'm not, again, trying to set off like emotion or anything for this, but hello, hello, right? Am I wrong? However, for Dorinda, it's not all bad, because she said filming during COVID would have driven her mad. Trying to navigate these different social situations and filming with masks on and taking precaution, it's not for everyone. Some people take this pandemic 100% to the next level of being serious, and they should. It's a global pandemic. And then other people are like, oh, a mask off, mask on, mask off, mask on. And for those people, yeah, you don't necessarily need to be around somebody who is like, get away from me, 6 feet, 16 feet, like a Shannon Bedore, right? And that's what I'm saying. If Dorinda's saying that she is not the most comfortable with filming around all of the rest of the women during COVID, I think that's understandable. She said that she couldn't have done it. She said all of these people who are running around and doing whatever they want and all of the madness and going here and there, it's just not something that she would have been able to partake in. Now, of course, everyone is automatically thinking she's talking about Ramona Singer, who's been back and forth to Florida and back to New York, and also Luann de Lesseps, who was just recently in Miami with Marisol Patton. So I'm sure she has her certain people in mind that she's throwing shade at, and that might just be a little bit of that Real Housewives mentality that she might not be able to let go of, because it's very real, but it is what it is. Mind you, when it comes to Dorinda, I just want to end off on this. She did say that she is still very close to everybody, that Andy Cohen still checks in with her every once in a while, and they still have conversations, but these are her friends. This was an authentic group of friends that she was close to on and off of the show. So it's not like they were filming together, that they were some sort of castmates and then they stopped filming and, okay, what do we do now? No, they actually knew each other. And she said that when there are aspects of the Housewives franchise that she might not necessarily miss, she does miss being a housewife. She was really great at it. So that's what I think kind of has her a little bit uncertain as to what's to come from her, what her place will be like on Bravo, on the Real Housewives of New York in the future, and what she does next. I want to end with this last statement that Dorinda said, and she said, yes, of course, it's the Housewives, and I think I made a great housewife. She said, I brought it. You can love me, you can hate me, but I'm an authentic person. I am who I am on and off the screen. She said that she's no different than she is on the show. She's no different in real life. And for that, like it or lump it. You can like her or you can hate her, but one thing that she's learned to love about herself is that she remains to be the Dorinda Medley that you see on and off the screen. And she ended that with, I'm doing Dorinda Medley, and I always make it nice. Guys, see, that's what I'm talking about. These are the moments that I love from her. She always has these little one-liners. And with that, I'm just so curious what you guys think. What do you think about the new upcoming season? What are you looking forward to most? Are you sad about Dorinda Medley being gone? Or were you one of the ones who were like, no, she was so vicious against Tinsley, she needed to go? Because mind you, yes, I didn't necessarily love that behavior, but we could have had a talking with her about it before filming the next season. And also, there are a few other housewives on the Real Housewives of New York that I could see leaving before Dorinda Medley. But I just want to know your thoughts, because I read all the comments and I like to hear them. With that being said, guys, if you haven't already, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell, because you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Check us out every Monday and Wednesday. Thanks for watching Up and Adam.